So hello everyone, I hope you all are fine, and as I told you earlier that we'll discuss some questions, and today we have some questions from the competition exam, and these questions have been taken from the chapter number 1, that is of your class 11, some basic concepts of chemistry. And right now we have the question number 1 here. The most abundant element by mass in the body of a healthy human adult are, okay, here we have some elements given and their percentage. So the question is based on the percentage composition. So oxygen in our body, in a body of human being, is 61.4%, carbon is 22.9%, hydrogen is 10%, and nitrogen is 2.6%. Fine. So the weight which a 75 kilogram person would gain, okay, the weight which a 75 kilogram person would gain if all hydrogen atoms, H1 atoms, are replaced by H2 atoms. That means all hydrogen atoms are being replaced by deuterium atoms. They are being replaced by deuterium atoms. So what will happen? Obviously the mass of deuterium is twice. Mass of deuterium is twice of that of hydrogen. So obviously if we replace all hydrogens with what? Deuteriums, the mass of a person would gain, obviously. So right here first we have to see the contribution of hydrogen in this human being. So it's a 75 kilogram human being, the percentage composition is 10%. So what is the contribution of this hydrogen in the 75 kilogram human being? So that is actually hydrogen contribution is actually 10%. 10% of 75 kg. That means it's equal to 10 divided by 100 into 75 kg. Fine. So if we move further, the 0 and 0 would be over, and what will happen? Its answer would be 7.5 kg. So the mass due to hydrogen atom is what? 7.5 kg. If we replace it, if we replace this all the hydrogens, what will happen? The mass will reduce, the 7.5 kilogram mass will reduce. But if we replace it by deuterium, what will happen? The mass will be, the mass would, he will gain the mass, and now the contribution of deuterium would be what? 7.5 into 2. This would be the contribution of deuterium. That means it is 15 kilogram. The mass due to deuterium would be 15 kilogram. So what is the change here? So how much the weight has been gained? So the change is 15 minus 7.5, that is 7.5 kilogram have been gained by this human being, while the hydrogen is being replaced by what? It has been replaced by deuterium. So I think the option number 3 for this question is appropriate answer. Moving on to the question number 2. So it's also from percentage composition. Okay, question 2. What quantity in ml of a 45% acid solution, what quantity in ml? So we have to find the volume of a 45% acid solution of a monoprotic strong acid. So it's a strong acid with one proton must be mixed with 20% solution of the same acid. Okay, fine. Here we have 45% acid solution. Here we have 20% acid solution. But the acid, both the acids are same. To produce 800 ml of this 29.875% acid solution. Okay, fine. What we have been asked? To find the volume of this 45% solution. So here we have done, what we have done? We have done that 45% of this, 45% of V, 45% of V have been mixed with 20% of 800 minus V, 800 minus V ml of solution. Why? See, when we mix this volume with 20%, the overall volume of 45% plus the volume of 20% solution would be 800 ml. So what would be the, if for example, right here I will show it to you. For example, here we have the volume of 45% solution, that is for example X. That's for example something, that's X. So what is volume of 20%? That's for example Y. And when we mix them, as you know, the conservation of volume will be there. So X plus Y would be 800. It would be 800. Okay, overall the 800 ml. So overall the volume would be offered of this 45% solution and 25% solution. So if we have to find the Y, so what would be Y? That would be equal to 800 minus x, the volume of this 45% solution. So right here we have written instead of x we have written v. So the volume of 25% solution would be 800 minus v. When we mix them, what we get, we got we got okay, we got 800 ml of 29%, 29.875% of acid solution. So this is the percentage for this. So what will be after this step, that we have to change this 45% into 45 by 100 into V as it is, plus 20 by 100 into 800 minus V, okay, is equal to 800 into 29.875 divided by 100. So cutting off these zeros, 0 and 0 will go on, and this 0 will go with this 0. Okay, fine. What will happen after this? 45 by 100. So if you divide it by 5 9s are and then 5 20s are, so it will be 9 by 20 V plus 2 by 10, that means 1 by 5 into 800 minus V is equal to 8 into 29.875. So moving on to further, you can easily solve this question and get the value of V right here. So I'll move one step ahead. So what will happen here? It would be 9 by 20 V, 9 by 20 V plus 800 by 5 minus 800 by 5 minus V by 5 is equal to 8 into 29.875. 29 into 875 right here. So I have done nothing, but I have divided 800 by 5, and because it's in the multiplication of both, so 800 by 5 and V by 5. So what would be the further here? 9 by 20 V plus, what is 800 by 5? That is 5 ones are 5 16s are, so it will be 160. 1 plus 160 minus V by 5 is equal to 8 into, so you can replace 29.875 with 30 also. So you can easily solve this question, and you can get the answer of this question easily. So you can get the value of V. So if you find the value of V, match with the correct option which has been asked right here. So after this, we are moving with the question number 3 right here. So what we have in the question number 3, question number 3, it says that 5 liter of an alkane requires 25 liter of oxygen. Okay, 5 liter of alkane requires 25 liter of what? Oxygen for its complete combustion. So the reaction is complete combustion reaction. So in combustion reaction, what happens? The alkane reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. It's so obvious. For its complete combustion, if all volumes are measured at constant pressure and temperature, the alkane is it isobutane, is it ethane, is it butane, or is it propane? So we have to see the what happens if we see the general formula of combustion reaction, that is CnH2n plus 2. Okay, CnH2n plus 2, this is alkane for us. This alkane reacts with 3n plus 1 by 2 O2. It gives n times carbon dioxide plus n plus 1 times water, as you know, n plus 1 times water. So if I say that this reaction has been occurred at constant pressure, this is the key concept: constant pressure and constant temperature. At constant temperature and constant pressure, what happens? That the volume is directly proportional to number of moles. Okay, volume is directly proportional to what? Number of moles, as it has been said by Avogadro's law. So if we look at this reaction, if I take 1 mole of alkane, I have to take 3n plus 1 by 2 moles of O2. Fine, 1 mole of alkane and 3 by 2 moles of O2 right here. So if I tell you, but number of moles is directly proportional to volume, that means if I have to take 1 liter here, if I have to take 1 liter alkane, I have to take it with what? 3n plus 1 by 2 liters of O2. Okay, so this is actually the stoichiometry we have to see. So volume is directly proportional number of moles. As if we take the number of moles of alkane as 1, we have to take the oxygen number of moles 3n plus 1 by 2. Likewise, if we take the 1 liter of alkane, we have to take 3n plus 1 by 2 liter of oxygen. So moving on to further, but right here in the question, what we have taken 5 liter of alkane and 25 liter of oxygen. So moving on to question, that we have taken 5 liter of this alkane, 5 liter alkane, and we have taken what? We have taken 25 liters of O2. So we have taken 25 liters of O2. So that means we have to, for 5 liter of alkane, we have to take 25 liter of O2. So comparing these two things right here, so what will happen if we divide both of them 1 by 5? If we take from the left hand side the liter and compare it with volume, so what will happen? Okay, sorry, if we take the the ratio of both two equations, what will happen? The 1 by 5 will be equal to 3n plus 1 by 2 divided by 25. Okay, fine. So while actually taking the ratio, don't get confused, here is positive. I just take positive, it's a sign to say that this alkane reacts with oxygen. It's actually not the mathematical positive sign which you are assuming right here. So it's not that. So 1 liter of alkane reacts with how much? 1 liter of alkane requires 3n plus 1 by 2 liter of O2. Likewise, 5 liter of alkane requires 25 liter. So you have to compare these two equations to simplify. So what will happen? This would be 1 by 5, and it will remain as 1 by 5. It will remain as 1 by 5, and this would be like what? This would be 3n plus 1, 3n plus 1. So 2 would be multiplied with 25. It would reciprocate, and it's 25 by 1 is reciprocate, and it will come 25 into 2, as you know. So what will happen afterwards? It will be 1 by 5 is equal to 3n plus 1 divided by 50. So what will happen right here? 50 will be divided by 5, that's actually 10, would be equal to 3n plus 1. So 1 will get minus to this 10, this will be 9 is equal to 3n. So moving on to further, this n remains right here. It would be 9 by 3 is equal to n. So what would be the value of n? The value of n is 3. So putting on here the value of n, you will get the answer. Put value of n as 3 here, so it is CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. For the general formula of alkane, put the value of n as 3. Put the value of n as 3. If you put the value of n as 3, so what will happen? Which alkane would be there? So this is C3H6 plus 2, that is C3H8. So this is methane propane. So this is propane. Okay, C3H8, it is propane. So right here, which option is correct? So the D option is correct. So these were 3 questions. So I think you should, these were the easy questions. You should revise them and do first by yourself, and then afterwards come to this the solution of these questions. So we'll do more questions right after this lecture. So stay with us. Thank you.